Hey everybody, it's Bust with Bust Builds Decks number 16, making our playthrough Balatro. And so, a little different today. We're going to be doing this on a little bit of hard mode. I'm going to try to unlock one of these special jokers. And so if you go to page 9 of the jokers, up in the top right, you have this one to where you win a run in 12 or fewer rounds, you get the joker. And so that's what we're going to be going for today. We're going to try and do this with the Anaglyph deck. And so if you're not familiar with it, after defeating each boss blind, you get a double tag. This does tie itself into just skipping a lot, right? You get the boss blind win, you get the double tag, then you skip the next round, you get that tag twice. As far as this goes, we have covered off on the Anaglyph deck maybe 2 or 3 videos ago in terms of the general strategy there. I do like going for the money makers. I do like the Arcana packs. I do like the Arcane packs. The negative jokers are good, but the things that you have to kind of watch out for as you try and stack in a bunch of upgraded jokers, you tend to not have the money to buy them all. And so that's kind of pain point number 1. Number 2, if you are going for one of those big scientific notation runs with the Anaglyph deck to where you load up like 7 negative jokers into your deck, the pain point that you have there is you're playing every single round. And so you can play some of the scaling jokers, you can avoid the tags that you don't want. Here we only get 12 rounds in total, and so we have to spend these double tags much more quickly. And so we'll see if any of those things come together as we run through this. I'm going to try and do it on the red stake as well. If you're just trying to unlock the joker, feel free to go down to that cheaper one, but we're going to try and finish off this run as fast as we can. And so let's see here. As far as this goes, I'm actually going to fight this first round. The Manacle can be a challenging boss to just outright beat. And so let's see if we can't upgrade our deck just a little bit before we go into battle with it. What is this? Close to starting with a flush. That's probably worth building towards as opposed to one of these smaller straights. So the flush has been hit. It's probably not enough to win outright, but we can still go ahead and do it. Lose out on that dollar. Do that 3 chips short. I guess we could have taken some discards to try and get there, but they'll be okay. All right. So let's see if this shop can help us out a little bit before we come in and start skipping. Definitely skipping the next round and just collecting that gold. And so, see how that goes. What do we got? +1 malt per hand played, -1 per discard. This is like typically a very good one, right? This is something that ties into just playing towards high cards, pair type of strategies to where you just scale up the multiplier big and never discard. Now, having a maximum of 12 rounds, you don't get as many opportunities to scale this thing, but it's still okay. And then over here, the +5 hand size reduces by 1 every round. That is, pretty reasonable on this on this difficulty, but it's something I would rather have, towards the tail end, right? If we're on round 10 going into the final joker, this would be kind of good, but at this point, it's not that great. So I am going to take the scaling card in the green joker. We'll see if we can't build to that as this goes on. I'm going to take the money maker and into the manacle. What do we got? Just opening with a king high straight? Sure. Why not? Why not make it easy? This is usually good for like 350, I think. It's not going to be a round ender, but it's off to a very good start. Now, what do we have without using any discards? Can just play high card ace and maybe dig for some clubs. I do want to scale this green joker as much as we can, though. Given the shortened number of rounds that we're going to be facing, you definitely want to get as many as you can on this, right? If we get this up to like 15 by the time we're at the final boss, that would be fantastic. So let's see. As far as this goes, we could just play a pair. I think that's as good as we need. Oh, we got 2 pair. That'll definitely do it. Looks like 200 or so there. All right. Collect our first double tag. Let's see if these skips look good. So what do you got? The banana, this should be able to carry us pretty far here in the early game. I am a big fan of it. 4 of a kinds I don't want to mess with, and so get that loaded up. Let's see what comes in. So this is a very interesting one. Like the polychrome jokers are good, and picking up 2 of them is kind of interesting, but I'm very interested in what we can get out of double spectral packs. They just give us the opportunity for like so many big build arounds that I think I'm on board with just coming in and snatching that up. Now here, this is tough, right? Like I do want to level up this green joker a little bit, and I feel like dropping the full house is just going to end the round immediately. And so I'm just going to play the pair of 9s, right? We're going to get the 15 mult off of this thing. That's going to take us up to a very high point total hand. So, right, this is at 400 some, right? With, excuse me, with just the pair. And so let's see what the 10 high brings. That's enough to go over. Okay. It is a little risky, you know, with the banana out there and the chance to lose it, but we've got to scale up where we can. All right, what do we got? The Hermit to double up the money. That sounds fantastic. Wonderful addition right there. What's this? Earn all the gain at the end of each round. We're not going to scale economy with the rocket. We'll skip that, but we do have the buffoon pack down here at the bottom. See if we get a nice joker. This is a big plus chip joker, right? Plus 2 chips for each card remaining in the deck. This is another nice build around with the green joker, right? If we're going to play towards high card strategies, we just play 1 high card with no discards, so you get the maximum bonus out of the blue joker. Definitely on board with this. Gives us a very nice direction for what we're doing with our deck. So, into the Spectral Pack, we'll get 2 copies of it because of the double tag. Let's see if we can't do something nice. What is this? Add Polychrome to a random joker, destroy all other jokers. Now, that is something that we can build towards if we want to sell these other ones, right? So if we sell the banana, which I'm reasonably happy to do, right? This thing's going to destroy itself eventually, and then we're just kind of left over with one of these. And if we're going to be left over with one, I mean, is it worth it? It's just that 1.5 mult. I mean, purple seals are fine, but they do play a little bit away from our strategy of leveling up this green joker. All right, let's go for it. So we'll sell the banana. I think we want to hang on to the blue joker. Or do we want to... I can't remember the order that these tags work in. If you get the mult bonus and then the tag hits, or if the tag hits and doesn't apply to the bonus. Oh, fine. Okay. We'll build around our friend Green Joker here. He was our first, and so... What do we got now? Blue seal to something kind of sucks, and then convert all cards to a single suit. This was a real miss in terms of what these spectral packs can do. Did not hit any of the good ones. May make it a little easier for us to play towards flushes or something, but that was a real disappointment of packs. All right, so we will look to still skip over and get some of this leveling up. Let's do this. Let's just lead off with the pair of 9s. Leveling up our friend. See how this works real quick in terms of the multiplier. So we get the +6 and then the +6 gets upgraded. Okay. So we do have a big, almost at a straight flush. We'll just take it this way. Ooh, maybe we shouldn't have gotten rid of all those clubs. Maybe we should have hung on to the jack. We got to see if we draw into another one. We did upgrade on that spectral pack. We upgraded into clubs, and so we are, kind of likely to just hit one here, but would have been bad. And then this should be a 1,000 point flush, right? I don't think we've been too greedy. Just end the run right now. All right. I didn't see the fires light up, and I was like, oh fuck, we just completely wasted our time with this one being greedy, but it was just short of the round total. All right, so what do we got? Telescope, kind of interesting. I do typically like this. Like we're we did end up just playing like flushes there, and we have kind of a flush bit of nonsense building itself together. But I think that we can just switch over to pairs, and I like what's turned up here for that. Like I think we should be in a spot to where we can like play a pair, play a pair, play a pair like that last round, and then if we need to, we can finish off with a flush. But the 50 chips and the hiker should be good here. Well, definitely taking the 50 chips. The hiker is the awkward one. We're probably not going to get the chance to really scale this up, right? We're on round 4. We're not going to get too many more rounds left of that, so I think we will skip it. Let's crack this Arcana pack, see if we hit gold. Gold card, convert cards, lucky card, tarot cards. Let's just create tarots. Left to right could have been fine. Just make some more clubs, but doesn't seem that exciting. And so now we have enhanced bonus cards and swap to clubs. Interesting. What's our most played hand at this point? It can be kind of awkward with that thing. Oh, high card is our most played hand. We do want to switch to pairs, but pairs are only at 4. All right, let's take it. Okay. This is always a crappy skip in the sense that getting +6 hand size isn't super ideal, but this looks like a fine enough round to just skip through. Anything big in here? And not super interested in the discards. Not a very good pack. Wild 2? Sure. And I mean, I guess the kings are okay. We're just like never gonna discard it though. We'll skip over that. All right, end of the wheel. 1 and 7 cards are drawn face down. So many cards in hand, just gonna come out and hit that straight flush right out the gates. I mean, I guess we could just kind of ensure that we win the round. I do want to be dropping a bunch of pairs. Let's do something like this. No, the aces are paired. And it's just like, we have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, and we can convert to clubs because we have the moon in hand. Like, if we really need to play straight flush at the end of the day, we can do it. I want to get to the point to where the celestial packs all give us pairs. And we need to just upgrade to get to that point. I don't think we even need to play straight flushes here. So where are we at? We got Jack 10, 9, 8, 7. I'm looking to maybe just do something do something like this and hope that there's a pair inside. I don't want to play the 2. I want to hang on to the planet 2 at the end. Okay. We spiked a pair. I don't think we even need to play the straight flush, but let's just go ahead and drop it. So convert to clubs, Jack 10. So we'll have a, oh, the Jack is already a club. So we'll have a Jack of clubs, 10, 9, 8, and 7. Realistically, probably should have just sold this moon. Like, we're not really out and about running with it. Okay, 45 hundy out of the straight flush. Oh, sweet, a tarot card we don't want. We hit 2 pair, which is not bad. Two pairs can be reasonable, but I think we'll just continue to build towards pairs. So what do we got? I'm just gonna sell Uranus, LOL, butt choke. we'll hit death. This is a convert left to right card does guarantee that we'll hit a pair, so that could be useful in a sense. The 6th sense I don't want. I don't like this under normal circumstances. I don't like this under the short run, so we'll pass on that. Arcana pack we'll take though. See if we can't hit some money in here. Emperor, no. Hearts, spades, wild card, diamonds. Nope. So let's do this. Let's enhance the bonus. I'm going to play both of these tarot cards, right? So that we can put the 2 new ones in our hand. Oh, left or right. Then the new ones. Would we hit malt cards and clubs? I mean, it seems like we're in an okay spot, but here's where this garbage starts, right? Neither of these are tags that I'm particularly interested in. But what do we have left? We have ante 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So we have 5 rounds left that are guaranteed, and we only have 2. I think we got to skip these. We'll hopefully find something a little bit later on, but I want to be in the kind of space to where if we see, like if we see a hand that we want in the second space, right? So say the big blind has negative tags. I want to be able to play the small blind and fight through and get to that. And so we got to hang on to those just a little bit. We are pretty weak in hand here, right? We only have 2 jokers on ante 4. So we do have a little bit of work to do. Let's not be super greedy here. I'm not entirely certain how good these pairs are going to be. Oh, I was like, that sucks. The boss just directly takes away from our jokers. That's some bullshit. Let's just run this one out and get out of the round. We're not going to scale anything here. So if you're not familiar with this, we do have the flush, but it has a pair of kings inside, so the pair of kings will activate the slide joker. Do we want to do this? Just go ahead and load these up with the multiplier. Okay. I'm convinced. I'll hang on to the moon just in case we need to make another flush after this. Just gotta get out of this round before we die. So, what do we need? 4K, very doable. So this ace. Can use our clubs here. Same spot. Got another big flush, has the pair of aces in it, so we get the bonus chips. But we do need to hit some jokers at this point. Like, I'm happy with how the green joker's leveled up. Getting up to 13 at this point with 5 more rounds. It's going to be at that 20 mark by the time we hit the final boss, and that's good. Just only having 2 jokers here is kind of a bit of nonsense. The fuck, we just didn't win? Okay. I guess we'll play 3 of a kind 2s. I mean, we only need 400 chips, but I don't want to mess it up and just be short. Okay. I guess we'll skip on the planet card. It's not like it's that big of a pickup here. Glad we did. That was nowhere close to to finishing off that round. Didn't even hit 1K on that flush. Alright, so we do have these stupid rerolls, right? Rerolls start at 0. Maybe we'll get to start picking up something reasonable. Doesn't look like it. I mean, Luchador is fine if you had a good economy run, just to disable a boss blind, but we don't have that at this point. We need, like, just actual real jokers. And so plus 8 malt if the hand contains a pair is fine. Oof. It's going to tie in with the slide joker that we already have. We're planning on playing towards that anyways. Let's take one more roll. I think the trigger on the played face cards is probably okay. Like, it's just chips at this point, but like all of the upgrades we've been doing to face cards. We can't be taking Ride the Bus at this point. Our face cards are too good and it doesn't have time to scale. But I think this is okay. Gets us a little bit closer to where we need to be. Our economy is fucked at this point. Hopefully this helps a little bit. Oh, that's a mega pack. Ugh. Okay. Do get to double up on Arcanas. Kind of a crappy time with only 1 gold. We need to hit the hit the Joker value and then the double your gold one. Not the greatest here. So we'll create 2. We hit the tower for stones and then planet cards. I definitely want to be using the steel card at this point. That's the getting us closer to where we need to be. We'll play the planet. We hit 4 of a kind, which I'm going to sell. We hit high card as a planet. I don't think that's what we're going to be playing. I think we're pretty well set to be playing towards pairs. Now we'll turn a card into steel. Just hit one of these jacks. All right, Arcana pack number 2. Anything cool? Planet cards. Good Fool to turn to steel. Wheel of Fortune we can use and just completely miss. I don't think I've hit Wheel of Fortune in a video, and so it says you have a 25% chance to hit, and I just don't believe it. I think that's fair. Let's go for it. What is it? Planet cards, hearts, stone card. Yeah, we'll drop it. Nope. See, I told you. Just never hits. My glass cards all blow up out of nowhere, but the Wheel of Fortune never hits. So what do we got here? A steel foil 2. That's fantastically strong. And then we'll take the glass 10 as well. All right, so what's this? All face cards are debuffed. Great. Glad we got ourselves ready for the face card round. So we aren't... Like, I was really kind of planning on being a little bit more leveled up in terms of pairs, but we did the work to play them, but haven't got any... But haven't got anything to go with them outside of these 2 jokers. So what's this? It looks like a flush. I'm using this as like kind of a discard. It does contain the pair. That's the big thing for this hand. Okay. Keep trying to level up this green joker a little bit. We might have to start being a touch more aggressive with these discards. Let me see how bad this is in terms of points. Only 4,000. Need to do a little bit better, but it wasn't a horrible number. Now this is bad. This is something that we are going to have to discard on. We just don't have any. Like, I don't think playing the straight is enough, right? We really need these hands to have a pair in it. And I guess like you can play a pair of 9s, pair of 7s. Maybe that's about the same thing. I would rather be doing what we just did on that previous hand, though, where we play a flush and it has a pair in it. I just don't think we can be that greedy with a hand like this. 50 chips, 8 malt, 15, 1.5. Gets us up to 4K. Yeah, we definitely need something a little bit bigger here. This is a very useful one down here. We hit the foil 2. So we will be able to get a little bit more bonus this round, but still kind of weak here. I think we're going to have to spend a discard. Unfortunately, our jacks are all steel as well. Don't get the bonus off of them. All right, so how do we stand with this? Like, I think this kind of hand is okay. Like pair of 4s with the stone card attached. We have the steel 2 in hand. And then we can save up these discards if we need to try and really push for that flush pair. Okay. Get that steel card taking us up from 1 to 3 malt. So we got to hit 10K on this one. So where are we at? We do have like 6, 7, 8, 10 of clubs. I'm not certain what our 9 situation is. Looks like we have 2 9 of clubs left in our deck, and most of the clubs in our deck are face cards, so we're not going to get too much usage out of that. There is opportunity here to just say play full house. It does take away our steel card, though. I feel like we kind of need every point that we can get. Discarding does lose out on these green jokers, but what is this, like steel card takes the 4 to a 6, to where if we play a flush, oh, both flush and full house is essentially the same hand. Where does straight flush stand? It's at 100 by 8. I mean, that might just be where we need to be. So we'll take this discard of 3. Didn't get there. Arian just got worse. Oh, we got to hang on to the 6 of clubs. I think we're gonna fall short. We at least still have the flush after this, but we got to get super lucky and hit that 9. Didn't do it. Now we don't have a pair for the flush either. It's a pure disaster. All right. I wonder what scores more, right? You have the flush at 35, or you just have the pair, like the pair of 8s. The pair of 8s are just absolutely going to score more points. All the flush does is give us the little bit of bonus off of the steal card. Shit. I don't know. I mean, we had that full house that we passed on, but I feel like that full house was nowhere near coming in to get the finish on that. Ugh, nasty. Well short, but not a bad run. We'll definitely give this another go in the future to try and hit on that win in 12 rounds or less. And I think this is probably the one to really go for on it. I don't feel like we really got a good roll as terms as what the seed provided on this one. I'm sure we misplayed somewhere along the way, but it probably comes down to that, like, right at the very beginning as to where we start passing on the foil. And that's what's always a bit of a struggle for me in this, in that like having multiple foils come back to back isn't that bad of a deal, but you tend to just not have the money to actually purchase them. Like I know we were spending a fair amount of money in each round here, but it's just like, if you have a bad Joker hit, you can just pass on it. And then if you have a good Joker hit, you may not be able to purchase it. I don't know. Maybe I ought to just do some more runs to where I just accept it and let all the foil ones run in, because we aren't getting built up like we do in the standard runs, as to where you get up to 25 gold and then you start doing a bunch of stuff with the interest. Like these, it feels like your money is very much spent and you have to really like hit good Jokers, because you just don't have time, right? If you're playing a normal run and you play through, say, 20 rounds, and then that's a lot of time to just build up interest. But with this, to where we get a maximum of 12 rounds, we only have 11 rounds for interest. And so I think you need to hit like really high quality Jokers to get through. And maybe that's what we were passing on, is the sense that we should have taken those foil Jokers because they are fairly high quality, right? You don't get to really pick and choose and refine what you're doing. And so getting those flat bonuses isn't that terrible. And so maybe that's the way to go, is to put a little bit more emphasis on the flat bonuses, the chip bonuses and the multiplier bonuses, and not as much on the scaling, and then just kind of hope a scaling card turns up along the way. But otherwise, I mean, I was happy enough with how the green Joker played out. I think we got it scaled well. Hitting the things with the pairs, we had good direction, but we were just a little bit short in the quality of the Jokers. And we did realize that, but like when we were getting to the point where we were like primed and ready to fix it, it's like, oh, you hit rerolls, oh, you hit plus hand size, and we just hit all of these garbage tags, which makes it a little bit more challenging, right? We saw the one tag that gave bonus money, and that was the second tag of the run, and it was just a very painful run in terms of hitting the good tags. But nonetheless, we'll give this a shot again in the future. I think we're off down the right path in terms of having a little bit of success here. We just did not navigate this one well, and RNGesus did not give us the best of blessings to fight our way through. But nonetheless, good stuff. I had fun with that. I hope you did too, because that is going to do it for us today. So hope everyone enjoyed the video. Hope you maybe learned a thing or two along the way. Had a good time watching. This is Bustin'. We thank you for being here.